Hello, everyone! Welcome back to another exciting episode of TRI Crypto Countdown. TRI Crypto Top 100 Review. TRI tastes great. Can't wait. Anyway, nice to see Paul and Ben on the YouTube page. Great to see our audience back. Didn't really give too much notice there, but I suppose if you're ranting cautiously, of which I am very cautious right now, and the market moves up, and a lot of people probably go, oh, geez, what's this guy full of hot air? Anyway, we come by once a week and try and give you our 2 cents. Of course, no guarantees from the management from anybody. And markets go up, markets go down. Probably our job's not to predict what's going to happen, more so to react and hopefully make money from an idea or two. We'll say lots and lots of W's popping up all over the place. So in the junior market, you can see even this evening a lot of green on the screen over here. Actually, one name that TRI member was touting quite a bit just keeps running, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Good old Sjord and his render. But, we're not allowed to chase. So as a result, have bids working down at the bottom end of ranges. Doubtful we get right all the way back to here. I probably need to move my bid up into probably 78.6s here later on. Might do that afterward. But, gee whiz, a lot of green on the screen here. This is another one that a site member got me into here recently. So, feeling very optimistic about this guy. No idea where the top is, but anyway, up and up we go. So, a little concerned, of course, that maybe we've gone a little too far too fast. All the momentum indicators are still... my little overbought, oversold indicator is still very much overbought. And, if that was the start of a new big bull market, that volume really wasn't too impressive. I have to maintain my cautious stance. There's no way in hell I could be a buyer right here. But having said that, I think we've talked recently about liquidity pools. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go hunting for some more stop-loss orders. And the next big, fat, juicy target for them would be just above 25,000. Also, too, 25,000 is a big psychological level. Finally, off of this W bottom here, if we do Foggenbaums, there's this 4.669, which is sort of the bifurcation level. Still floating around up top here. So I can understand why price would work its way higher here. There is no M top kind of idea. And actually, the tweet that I put out yesterday, I guess maybe it was, maybe the day before, but I basically said that I felt like there was a trading range that was being established up top here. And against these lows here, and really you just got to trade accordingly. So the good part about it, I suppose, is as long as we are making higher highs and higher lows, if you do have ideas that are breaking out on volume off of W's, you can go with the inertia. I can't really buy this thing here at that level, but hey, we're not heading down, so that's a good sign. And I feel as though, just listening to all the rhetoric out there, that the world is generally pretty happy. If anything, maybe we get some sort of macro shock or something that knocks things down. But they often say, if anything, this condition is what they call embedded, where the market is overbought. And interesting enough, one of the strongest signs the market can give you is that it is overbought. So we will see how this goes. Of course, if you're watching this for the first time, my name is Brian Beamish. The website that we sort of all operate off of here is therationalinvestor.com. For this show in particular, actually, one of my co-hosts, Ben, put together this fun app. Just have to find it here. Here it is. And it sort of highlights a lot of the names that we look at, and we give you our 2 cents on price action and charts and stuff. So by all means, I'll throw that in the in the in the chat room there. I'm not quite sure how this works on the YouTube video. I do understand that the picture quality isn't really the best, and it's probably one of the shortcomings of this video. We're just using Google Hangouts, and if anything, when we get to our show co-hosts, they seem to have a little bit better picture quality. I'm not quite sure why, but we are aware that the picture quality isn't really the best on these videos, and we are trying to figure out ways to work around this. So anyway, something to consider going forward. Point of the matter here is we had our Fed announcement. This is actually where I would be looking for the pivot. And if we actually drill down to lower time frame, through the actual Fed announcement, we did have, where is it? We had, thought I had it. We had like a matrix of markets that we were following. The only problem is, there it is. I didn't know which one it was. Wow, what a Fed announcement. Huge reversals. It even looked like maybe a top was coming in on things like the Japanese yen overnight. Japanese data came out and the market moved higher from there. So, but you can see the reversals right across the board. And actually it was interesting. We did a video while this was on, watching these screens very closely, sort of in focus, through the Fed announcement. And we have a simple rule: don't trust what you see. Through the first hour following the Fed announcement, and sure enough, there were lots of traps. So if you want a fun look at how Fed announcements goes, and of course we were doing cat calls and cheap comments from the cheap seats and stuff on the sidelines when Chair Powell would say one thing or another. I think that video is in our feed. I know it's somewhere on our YouTube page, but that was a fun experience. Through the Fed announcement. Having said that, we are on the other side of that. We are pushing higher. Stock indexes pushing higher, crypto pushing higher. Even the bonds seem to enjoy what they heard out of Mr. Powell here today. The only thing that really took it on the chin hard was the US dollar index, which to a certain degree makes sense. When this thing's ramping up, that's sort of like, oh, the sky's falling, get me out of everything. So if anything, if the US dollar is coming off, then it means, hey, risk is coming back into the market. People are willing to take their money out of guaranteed T-bills and go and buy things like cryptocurrencies. So there's your backdrop. So with all that said, probably a good idea for me to introduce my my team, co-captains. Maybe they're the superstars of the show. First off, we have the Romanian level 2 student now. Oh, I'm super impressed with that. Killer Trader, Crypto Traders Arena host, Paul. Paul, are you on the call here today?
Good morning. Yeah,
There he is.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
Brand new day in Romania.
Yeah, 4
ready-
a.m.
4 a.m. So has the sun even risen yet? Probably not, eh?
No.
So this is a guy who's dedicated to his craft. Actually, I'm very, very impressed with the fact that he's so disciplined to do something like get up here at 4 o'clock in the morning for these shows. Thank you very much for the sacrifice, sir. You're falling on the...
sacrifice.
Huh?
It's not a sacrifice.
Oh, that's good. You're such a sweetheart. And if anything, a bunch of Paul's people will probably be in the hangout. I see that there are people slowly joining us, so welcome to the frivolity. And we're up for a pretty lively conversation here today. And not to be outdone by the Romanian prince of 61.8 fibs. What do we call him? Rocket Moon Man. Anyway. We have Ben out of the great state of Florida. How are you this evening, Ben? Actually, maybe we better ask if he's here. Ben, are you here?
I'm here.
Hey, there he
Yeah.
is. How are you this fine evening, sir?
I'm doing great. Yeah. Happy to be here. Happy to get a win on the board.
Yeah,
Boys.
yeah. Actually, we were debating this. He's going, I think we should put this like 24,000, right? Just to make sure that everybody
Yeah.
knows damn clear who won this week.
Just round it up.
So, way to go, as you can see on the prediction board. Of course, this is almost tongue in cheek. Honestly, I think Paul just sort of fell on the grenade. When do you ever see Paul give a bearish vote? And he's probably like, and this is my mind. He's probably like, okay, I'm just embarrassing these guys. I know. Why don't we just take a loss, make it look like these guys actually are part of the competition? So,
I won 3 times in a row, so it's enough.
I know, so just embarrassing us. So. Well, long and short of it here, this is Ben's week. Ben's in the spotlight. Ben's got he wins the gold medal. Way to go, Ben. You are awesome. And Brian just missed a winning vote. Like I said, I think he was in there buying a few Bitcoins just to make sure this damn price would be up there. Just so he would win. But anyway.
Big bag spin.
I beg your pardon?
Big bag spin.
I like that. Triple B. Big bags, Ben. Big Ben bags. But
Let's not talk about those.
Yeah, that's his stage name. Big bags, Ben. All right. Well, anyway, long and short of it here, Ben wins the booby prize this week. Way to go, sir. So interesting how we had a very diverse vote here through the week. If anything, that probably is a testament to the fact that, we're coming into an area where we probably should see some back and forth. There's one chart I wanted to show you, and I'm not quite sure why the hell I don't have it on my screen. Here it is. This is what I wanted to show you. What a fantastic tool. Everybody just learn this. And actually, FYI, and actually this probably, this should be good for you, Paul. We're thinking about actually I had a meeting this morning with the Coinigy people. Do you remember when we used to do the Bitcoin and altcoin trading talk shows? Were either of you two on the site then?
Yeah.
Do you? You do remember those?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I think that was a little bit before your time, Ben. But Sorry,
I only watched them in retrospect.
yeah, like we have here in our library at TRI, and this is such an awesome library. I mean, I tell most people that come to the site, you could get lost just watching all the different sort of educational videos and stuff that we have, and how markets work, and the nature of economies and economics. This is, I suppose, all of our site's favorite video, and of course, the sad part about it is, I don't know did you guys watch the Fed speak today? Either of you? None of you?
Yeah, I tuned on YouTube to the.
Oh, did you watch
your
the
live stream.
YouTube show with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. I don't know whether that actually worked or not, but anyway, I'd appreciate your feedback maybe later on of what you thought of the show. We were just trying something new, so I don't know whether it worked or not. But anyway, I thought it was fascinating and I think this is the number one reason why the market actually did rally as hard as it did was, Chair Powell was, and notice how many Chair Powells there were. There were two ladies who used Chair Powell. One of them was a young girl, and you could see that she totally wanted Jerry's baby. And then there was an elderly lady who used she kind of Chair Powell. It wasn't like a Chair Powell, I love you kind of Chair Powell. It was sort of like all right, this name's getting a little bit old, but all the ladies seem to like saying it, so I'll say it too. But anyway, I got the impression she wanted her daughter to have Jerry's baby. But anyway, that's a side kind of snarky comment. But here is that announcement, and you can see we actually started out heading down, and we had this reaction rally top, which was interesting because this top here cleaned out these stops, this bottom here, and we saw that right across the board. Like I said, it was through this is what, like I said a moment ago, we always don't trust the first hour of the Fed announcement because there's usually big FU moves. So if we take like the ES, which is probably the best benchmark here, you can see that right out of the gate on the announcement, they just went and like, here's all the lows. You can see there was a W in here, so there were probably guys who bought this and had their stops below here. Right on the announcement, bang, let's go and break their hearts. So, clean out all the stops, then instantly reverse the market and bang, let's blow out anybody who shorted this event. Let's go and blow them out. All right, and then everybody's like, okay, so they blew out the short stop, so let's go and short that. There's a fractal. So boom, down we go. And anybody who bought this low and had their stop below here, boom, let's blow them out. And then reverse higher, boom, blow this out. I mean, it was just stop runs right, left, and center right out of the game. Then Jerry started talking, and what was fascinating was he was kind of like, yeah, everything's going to be fine. Yeah, well, we're going to keep raising rates. We'll do it at a slow pace. We'll follow the economic data. And then people were like, well, are you concerned about the debt ceiling debate or anything like that? And he's like, they will pass the debt ceiling raise. It wasn't even a question of if. It was just like, that's not even on the table. They will do the right thing and raise the debt limit. So, if anything, you can feel that's where the Achilles heel of this market is. And my hunch is that political situation, there's going to be a lot of drama around it. And if there are going to be any pullbacks, dumps in the market, that kind of stuff down the road, I think it's going to be about that debt ceiling debate. What I thought was fascinating, because as soon as he sort of said that, the whole market just sort of breathed a sigh of relief, saying Jerry says everything's fine. He says basically said that the politicians have no choice; they must pass that debt ceiling raise, and everybody went, that sounds like more free money to me, and up we go. So anyway, that was my interpretation of what I saw happen here today. And what I did find interesting through the whole show was that basically Bitcoin and crypto was acting as a really, really good leading indicator. So same sort of conversation. This is the Bitcoin perp. I didn't know really which one to use, because I noticed that the Bitcoin futures themselves, off of this really low time frame, they were super illiquid in Chicago. So I didn't really see them moving very fluidly, but you can see sort of the same thing. So 11 a.m. Then into 11:30. So this was sort of the announcement. Of course, big washes either side, clean out the stops for everywhere. Then head down, make everybody think we're heading down, and then what's about that debt ceiling debate? And then boom, the whole damn market takes off. Jerry says the Republicans in the U.S. Congress better shut the hell up, or the banksters are going to come after them. And sadly, in history, the banksters have a history of coming after people when push comes to shove. You want a good lesson on that? Watch Mr. Moneymasters here. I think this is an excellent video. Anybody who fancies themselves a market participant, an actual quote-unquote trader, you have to watch this video. You have no choice. You have to understand how the whole economic machine is run by the bankster class. So anyway, so the point here is bankster class basically said, look, the U.S. government has no choice. They have to go into further debt. And I've kind of, actually I've even put together a research report that I'm going to try and sort of publish down the road here, because I think it's an excellent sort of overview of why crypto should enjoy a pretty good few years here ahead of us. We're in a very tough part of the market right now. Not going to kid you. We're sort of like in one of these kind of troughs here. And if you actually look at the venture cap cycle, we're right down in this mess, right down in here. And unfortunately, down at the bottom of these messes, there's lots of head fakes. This is the bottom. This is the bottom. But I still think that this year is going to take sort of a... actually, probably the best way to see this is off of that tweet that I put out a while ago. I don't know which way the page is. I think it's over here. I still think, and call me crazy. Many people do. I still think that our 2023, to a certain degree, is going to look like... Where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. Come on. There we are. This image. Are we right here right now, or are we right here right now? I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm not quite sure. If we roll over hard here in February and we press to new lows, then we'll definitely know that we're in this phase right here. And maybe that makes sense. Like January. Say as January goes, so goes the year. I gotta say, if you subscribe to that theory and that thinking, this is gonna be one hell of a big up year in the markets. Do I have my January barometer? Here we are, January barometer. There's the start of the year there. And my thinking coming out of the beginning of the year, you can see that the traders are kind of humming and hawing. I don't know. Do we rally? Do we not? But coming out of the end of the week, huge rally to basically finish the market higher. So the first week, we got a pretty bullish vote there. And then the first full month, I mean, gee whiz, look at this. Just relentless up. This is now officially into February, so this is your January barometer report. That's a pretty darn uppy market. And I get the impression that this is probably going to be sort of that mid-year swoon. I actually thought we were going to go deeper here on this. But maybe we just, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was actually a pretty textbook 50% retracement here. Boom. Yep, right on the nose. So whatever rally we do see here, probably sell in May, walk away, that kind of stuff. Right around, got a show co-host over there in Europe now. Lucky guy's relocated to Europe. It's the whole reason why the market sells off in early May. It's not my fault, it's his fault, but it's a running joke anyway. So around, typically whenever my birthday comes around, May 11th, usually Bitcoin's a bit soft through that. And over the years, I've always put out tweets to that effect. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's sort of that sell in May and walk away scenario. But here, interestingly enough, at the very beginning of the year, they were thinking that the market was going to press right back down against the lows. But as the month of January progressed, not so much, only 50% retracements. Then the market cleans itself up, pushes to new highs, as we sort of thought was going to happen into the end of the year. So first week and now first full month, we're getting a lot of bullish tone here. As I had sort of said, a little concerned here because keep in mind, right out of the gate, the market finished or started the year. So January, where the hell's January 1st? There's January 1st there, right? Right there, first candle. So actually, I should move this back a bit. Let's go right there. So right out of the gate, they had a bunch of back and forth and then down. And this is what I'm kind of worried about for February, March. You could argue that this push up here, is maybe that whole push through the month of January. Then, into February, we have to have a dump that brings us right back down. And then we sort of settle into a trading range here until we get that sort of mid-year pivot. And then we start climbing the wall of worry in earnest. So I'm not overly convinced that we're ready to really face rip rally up here. If anything, interesting to see the corn is backing off here a little bit. We're at a pretty important inflection point here for the corn. Where's the one I wanted to show you? I think I showed you this, but no, it's not off of this screen. Maybe it was over here. Yeah, here. So I thought that was interesting how we had this. This was sort of the Fed setup. They had everybody thinking long. Then, on the Fed announcement, let's go wash all of them out, run the stops, then take it up, which means that if you're a fan of this Foggenbaum guy, then your first initial objective should be 2.618. And doink, that's incredible how that was hit. Then also, too, for those people that are fans of fibs, what we often see in this scenario is this actually could potentially be a harmonic, where you go boom, 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 and then we head up to 113. Actually, well, maybe even 127. So I guess 127 would be up in that area. Maybe. Let's check our library. Our library is so good for resources. Cheat sheets, harmonics. I guess what I'm thinking is something along the lines of a butterfly. Let's see. Butterfly, no, we never did 78.6. We did under 50%. So there is 38.2 to 50%. We should have stalled out at 88.6. So no, actually I don't see a harmonic here that's valid. The only one that could potentially be valid would be 1.618 up to 1.902. Wow, that's a big one. So if we go back to our chart, because that has leeway from 38.2 all the way up to 61.8. So you can see there is 61.8, and then we did do a deep test of that. We came to all the way down to about 70%, 67 and change. So that means we could go all the way up. Geez, where the hell's the 1.618? All the way up into there. Wow. Somewhere up in that area. And that's interesting, 24.8. So what I would expect here is we rallied up to 2.618. Then if this is not, like I've seen the market do this quite a bit. After it hits the 2.618, then it actually has to come back and check the original breakout level, right? The Benkoff check, if you will. And if that holds, then we start thinking about things like 4.669s up top here. And if that, what did we say that was? Butterfly? Yeah, no, crab, excuse me, crab pattern. If that crab pattern, it can go all the way up to 1.902, eh? So where is 1902? Oh, look at that. So right up into that 4669, right? 1902 would be up in that area. So if you're looking for a trade, I think that the trade in my eyes would be, keep in mind, we're on like a half-hour chart here, right? But probably something like A to B. And of course, expecting Wyckoff checks, Benkoff checks. So that means we want to throw on bot levels. So bot setup, so 33.2, 66. So if we could just nice and consolidate in here and start painting higher highs and higher lows, we might get a nice ABCD that takes us up into that level. I think it's probably a little dangerous to call a top in here. That just doesn't seem logical to me. If anything, we're going to have to wait for signs of big fat M's and all that to start coming in here before, the other day we were getting kind of, is this a top? And you can see how the M formed, and sure enough, down we came. So way too early to call a top, and almost a little dangerous. If anything, just the fact that we hit 2.618 explains why we're stalling out. Now we find out, do we consolidate to set another leg higher? And if you wanted to take that trade, and it's probably something along the lines of there to there, there to there, and then we go there to there. All right, so I'll talk a little bit more. Paul said he'll be back in 5 minutes, and then we'll jump over to his presentation. So I'll just show you a couple altcoins, and then maybe, I don't know, Ben can tell us what's on his mind while we wait for Paul to come back. So I would think something along these lines to take us up into those levels up top. But interestingly enough, that would, if this is the high that we have to use, that would imply that we're probably not going to see too deep of a pullback here, right? Probably right along this dotted line, which is an interesting old candle body high level. I thought if we were going to stall out, that would be an interesting area to stall out. And we didn't. We ran up into that area and then popped the top. So that's sort of what I would be thinking here over the near term, working off the half-hour charts. So we'll see what happens. If we do go and M out here, then obviously the conversation changes. But for the time being, we're still pointed up. I suppose, again, I like the idea that we work our way up here into this 25,000 area. It's a big fat round number. It's a psychological level. 25,000 is a very it will catch the media's attention. And along this chart's lines, you notice Julian had pointed this out. And if you are interested in listening to Julian's presentation, he does reports on TRI on Thursdays. So tomorrow's mornings we have the baby powder report for TRI. So might be an idea to pop in and listen to what he has to say tomorrow. Because I think a week or two ago he had this tapped pretty good. He was bullish through here, but once we got up into here and our algos and stuff at TRI started flashing warning signs up here. And he's even said repeatedly, I just don't see a hell of a lot that I can work with here, up top here. And if anything, he also said that this looks like they were just going after liquidity pools and running the stops. And again, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I've mentioned this in recent videos. This high right here, I think now you could even put one of these magnet icons. I would get the impression that we're sort of heading up into that area. And this, in fact, actually, I saw Josh even posting, Joshua posting, come to me, memes in the TRI lounge earlier. So that's sort of that kind of thinking where, let's maybe expand that a little bit. This is doing my fun crypto artwork. Oh, come on, there we go. All right, so there's the magnet. Price is literally getting sucked up into that level to run those stops. That's my opinion of what's happening here. And interestingly enough, I have mentioned this before, although, when we were down at the bottom, of course, everybody's like, you're crazy. But, at any given point in time, we should expect 38.2 retracements. Interesting how we have, how does that work? 0, 51, 38.2. Oh, isn't that odd? Look at that. It's 38.2, 38.2. Which one is it? That's kind of weird. Oh, okay. So this smaller one against this level here, that's just this range here. So 38.2, 27.9. Ooh-wee, that's a high number. And then 38.2 off of the whole range. And actually interesting commentary here. This, I don't know how long ago I put this tweet out, but I had to say, that's probably the right thinking. I don't really like the idea of hunting shorts in here. What I've told other people in the public is pullbacks are buying opportunities. But to finish off that other thought, 38.2 off of the entire range is actually that level right there. So just keep that in mind, right? This is actually naturally where the market would like to go. There's we have a gentleman. Actually, I haven't talked to him in a bit. He's been I haven't seen him on the site in a bit. But anyway, a gentleman who like to call this the dump chaser zone, 38.2 to 50% right in there. Collins level. I think they're probably pretty good odds we take a stab up in that area. And if this thing really gets going, it's got a hell of a head of steam behind it. 38.2 sitting up at 35. I don't think it's a good idea for anybody to ever get into the business of predicting the future and saying this will happen, that will happen. Usually what I just say is follow the chalk marks. And if anything, the chalk marks gave us this big honking W down here. Down, up, down, breakout. So that's where, I should have been thinking long, if not down in this W here for all you slick traders. Coming in up here, that's a bit expensive. But anyway, that's just Brian's 2 cents. If anything, what I think I'd like to see here now is shoulder. And actually, that's what this image is. Head, rally up to the neckline, right into here. And then pull back to create the right shoulder. That's actually what I'd like to see here. The only problem is that the market will just do whatever the hell it wants to do. If it's not ready to come down, you just have to be patient and disciplined and wait for it. And it's a pain in the butt, the waiting game. sucks, but just is what it is. The only other thing I'll add to this is I firmly believe that we are into the next sort of crypto cycle, whatever the hell you want to call it. Exactly where we are in this sort of venture cap part, the bigger economy, of course, they're talking about the Fed wants to engineer a soft landing, right? That's the whole talk. And you even heard Jerry even today saying, well, the odds of a soft landing are still okay. So, I think that's what the sort of the bigger higher ups would like to see. Of course, in venture capital and of course crypto, part of this whole crazy story, it obviously is on the more speculative side. And as a result, more part of the venture cap. So it's more subject to this kind of swing versus this swing. And then the question ultimately is, in hindsight, what the heck does the bottom ultimately look like? It should look like a W. I will say that. And as I sort of said, the markets never move in one direction forever. And we've gone basically straight up here since January 1st. That's all well and good. But as I sort of said before, I built this indicator specifically to keep me out of trouble from buying into overbought markets like this. And in these kind of market states, I just have to go, great, market's moving higher. That's great, but I can't come in on the buy side there. I just have to wait. It sucks, but it's just the way it is. Bear div in RSI, bear div in MACD, bear div in buying volume, which is a bit concerning here. And Willie stupidly overbought. So, like I said, right now I'm just off of these daily charts, higher time frame charts, the algo right now just looks like an absolute train wreck. So, if I was following the algo, I shouldn't be touching any of this stuff right now. That is not a healthy looking market. So that's basically what I'm doing. There are some names, like it was interesting, Cripple here is still holding on to a 6 reading. That's an okay looking chart. And so I don't really have a problem being long a name like that. This would be, there's a gentleman on our site, Eddie, who's really got who sort of made Eddie captain of the little old, I think we're going to call it the little old French lady portfolio play this year. He's in, actually, no, he's not in Romania. He is Romanian, but he's in Tanzania. The point being there that and this is like my fun little Twitter feed. The little old lady challenge, when I first got into the space, was like 2015, 16, actually 2014. And we took like $500 and ramped it up into 100,000. Actually, this thing ultimately topped at like, I don't know, 600 or 700 G's or something. So we're going to do the same challenge again, only this time I've got about 10 G's in this little portfolio that I'm running. And I'm acquiring. I'm on the buy side. No doubt about it. I just want to accumulate. And as I just showed you there a moment ago on that Cripple, it's the same sort of thing, like this one. Oh my goodness, I can't come in on the buy side there, but I'll be more than happy to buy more if we can come back down against the bottom. And, everything that you see a little blue on here, I want to be on the buy side, or I'm in it, and all the yellows, they are, or orange, whatever the hell color that is. They're the DeFi names that we've got Sjord on the buy side there, buying through Decentraland. Ideally, I want to see this whole damn screen all blues over the next 6 to 8 months. Basically, I want to accumulate. And actually, here's a really good example of one. Again, I can't chase. I'm not allowed to come in off the top here, but no reason why I can't get the bids working. And actually, this is one that a site member had mentioned recently. Same logic. You see the bottom. I've got a bid actually working off of this level here, but I'll be more than happy to buy some more down here as well. Get those bids working. The issue here though is I'm absolutely not allowed to chase and buy up here. I just have to be patient. That's basically what I am right now. Just sitting, just waiting. So there's another one. Get those bids working. All right. I think that gives you a pretty good idea of sort of how I'm looking at the market for whatever the hell it's worth. Paul, are you back yet? Let's see, Mr. Cigarettes. Cigarettes. Yep. Smoking cigarettes. How many? Had you got a couple cigarettes in there? All right, good.
One.
All right, awesome. Okay, so what you've all been waiting for, of course. You ready to rock this thing?
Yep.
All right. I'll put my funny little picture away. Poosh. We will. I'll stop screen sharing. There we go. And Paul, if you want to screen share, I'll maximize the screen, put myself on mute, and we'll see what you're seeing in the market. All right, there we go. Let's go. I think we got to go that button. There we go. That's good. I'll put myself on mute, and you got the ball, sir.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Not too much from last week on my report. Seems like the market is just ranging at the top, in my view. We have this big time frame, big time frame. Same idea, just a nice bounce from the below 2017 all-time highs. But this is just, we are still in the long reload zone. In my view, we are still in the bear market, just a dead cat bounce, nice one. Everyone was expecting something like that. We have it now, but it's the end of the move, in my view, not the beginning of the move. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on weekly chart. So we had the 2017 all-time highs. We are below. We made a nice W above the 78.6. Nice bounce. Nice W the other side of the trend line. Who managed to get a nice entry? Yeah, you have a 2-1 until now. I'm still waiting for 25.2 for a short on swing trading on higher time frames. But now it's a bit too late, in my view, to do something on the long side. And if you are thinking we are still in a bear market, is the best thing you can do is just sell any rally. But you have to have a setup. To buy at this point, no, it's too late for me. I'm waiting with a kind of SFU setup at 25.2. You can see just straight up, no, I need a lower price to think something else. Nothing to do in this point. Just sit on the sidelines on weekly chart and just wait for a new W. On the daily chart, as you can see, I have the same level, SFU short level, $25 to $100. AB equals CD will get us to that level. An AB equals CD move will get us to that level. As you can see, small consolidation, diamond pattern in this area and up again. But if you take a look at indicators, what I see in the market, it's a confirmed bearish divergence. On MACD, same idea on RSI. You can see the M, the second M. We are still in overbought territory, so we have a chance to go up and take this level if we are lucky. In my view, if we're lucky, we'll get that level. If not, we'll go down from this level. Really overbought, like Brian said, embedded overbought. I don't like that. I'm looking for short ideas when I see something like that with bearish divergence and MACD. Even OBV, yeah, it's holding the levels. It's doing higher highs, but no, I don't have anything to work on at this time frame. On the 4-hour chart, as you can see, when I did this yesterday, sorry, you can see nice move up, another one, but a smaller, like in percentage wise, a smaller one. That's I don't like to see something like that. And we just put a nice range in the top of above the short reload zone. We just put a nice range. And if you take a look at indicators, you can see one bearish divergence, the second one, same idea on RSI. RSI was below 50, now put a W above, but still doesn't look great. I don't like this move up. I'll show you on the lower time frames what I'm thinking. So this move seems like is the last move, or maybe if we're lucky, we'll get another step higher. Bitcoin dominance on 4 days, you can see the Bitcoin dominance hit the 61.8 short reload zone, back off a little bit, but still, I don't have a clear EM, not even on 1 day chart. I need a clear EM so I could think, yeah, it's okay to go and hunt on altcoins. I don't even want to have an EM now because in a Bitcoin dominance, I want price to go a little bit down to give me a nice location for some altcoins. I don't have that, so I prefer Bitcoin dominance. I like the fact that it's keeping the level, maybe even going a bit higher and stop the short reload zone. I'm just waiting for a clear signal on this short reload zone on Bitcoin dominance. Ethereum versus Bitcoin on the same time frame on 4 days. As you can, all of us saw, down, up in the short reload zone, down again, up, down, and we just touched did a lower high and back in the middle of the range. When I see the market in the middle of the range, just don't touch it. If you're a range player, if you play the range, when you see the market in the middle of the range, you don't want to you want to be on the sidelines and let the market resolve itself. Either we'll go to the lower part, you see the Wyckoff check. We still need to tag this one at some point, probably. If I'll see a Wyckoff check and Ethereum will underperform Bitcoin, do a Wyckoff check in this moment, in this lower part of the range, yeah, I could think, yeah, let's just look for a W. In the middle, no, I just don't touch it, just nothing to do for me. Total tune, like all of us know, you can see nice range. Yeah, we have this trend line. We cross the other side of the trend line, but just go back or do give me a nice W. I don't have something like that, and actually, we are too close to the short reload zone. So yeah, maybe we can go higher a little bit in the short reload zone. Maybe even close to the top of the range, but give me a clear W the other side of the trend line, and then I'll get bullish. I prefer to see sideways from this move up to this move down, straight down. I like the fact that now we're going sideways. Now give me a clear W, and after that, I'll see if I'll get at the breakout of the W, where I let the breakout happen and waiting for a retest, and then think long. News, we had this. We had the press conference, Fed interest rate decision, PMI, and everything else. I know Brian he likes to interpret what Fed Powell Chair Powell will say. I honestly, what I do, I'm not even open the conference. I'm looking only at the chart. I'm only interested in how market will react at what he says. That is was the only concern I have. Let's see on the chart how market will react. And usually it's just a trap when the at the Fed. Usually it's just a trap for me. They'll point out up, down, they'll stop everyone out. After the Fed power will stop speaking, they'll point out the market in one direction, and in a couple of hours later, maybe 1 day later, they'll go in the other direction. Just what I have in my notes, uh, what I noticed in the market in the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, we have Friday, we have unemployment rate. Big news again. Non-farm payrolls again. Big news and PMI. So we have today. It's Thursday in my time zone already. Let's see London session. Let's see New York session. Maybe we can frame some setups. But Friday again, close to these events, I'll just close everything, go on the sidelines and wait, protect my capital. My job is to be able to play the game tomorrow. So I don't want to. I even had a discussion with some group members. They asked me, why do you don't want to play some SFU? I just don't want to get a bad habit. I want to be completely on the sidelines and just wait. Yeah, maybe this time I'll win something. Maybe next time I'll do the same. But in this, doing this, I'll create a bad habit for me. And at some point, this bad habit will follow me and give me an ugly lesson. I don't want to learn a lesson two times. I learned it already. So 1 hour, even more than 1 hour before the big news, I'm just slowly going on the sidelines and I'm waiting. Uh, I don't know. Maybe better is to wait until next day because was close to the New York session closing, so nothing to do for me. I'm just waiting. Let's see some idea on altcoins. I don't like the idea to hunt altcoins in this period. They are too high. Almost 95% of them they have bearish divergence in the last move up. Yeah, they could go higher. Yeah, some of them they have a bot setup, but ugly ones. I don't see almost anything to get me long on altcoins at this price. Yeah, on EOS, this idea is from the last week. You can see the price is still at the entry. You can see like a nice W, like a cap and handle pattern. Uh, is still at the entry. I like the idea on daily chart to try along and have a soft stop loss at this lower part. Soft stop loss for me means that I have an alarm, and if the market will close below this week low, then I'll get out of the market and wait for a new setup. That's me. I am long from last week on this one. It's still at entry, so maybe someone sees something interesting in this one and wants to join me. It's up to you. I have another one, Audio USDT, is not ready yet. You can see AB, maybe CD. I don't like this move down straight up, and now we are putting a nice W. It's somewhere between pump chaser zone, 50%, somewhere between. Yeah, it's could be a nice bot setup, but give me three higher lows, please, and I'll get long. Yeah, you can see we have this trend line. This one is not a trend line because we didn't broke below this level. So I saw this trend line. I have a it's not a completely W the other side of the trend line. So I'm still waiting for another push lower, and maybe after that I'll put my limit order or stop limit order at this level. I'll keep this potential bot setup in my mind and put some alarms. It's not ready yet. No, I'm not ready to jump in this trade, but is there? Everything looks kind of okay with this one. Audio and EOS. Most of them, if you will take a look at some altcoins on higher time frames, they have bearish divergence like Bitcoin. Yeah, nice move up, but in this move up, everything is oversold with bearish divergence in MACD, RSI. Some of them they have even bearish divergence in OBV. So I don't want to be in this kind of market. Yeah, it's hard to sit on the sidelines and wait for a clear setup. I know a lot of people. What should I buy on swing trading? Let's find a swing trade. Yeah, if I find a setup, yeah, I'll play it. But until I find a clear setup, no. I prefer to protect my capital. In my view, this bear market is somewhere between in the middle of the bear market. So I could wait. We're still possible to go and take these lows even. I saw in the last bear market in 2018, everyone was saying, yeah, it's over. Let's go and buy. This is the bottom, and you know what happened, especially with altcoins. If Bitcoin will go down now to test the lows, almost every altcoin will broke the all-time lows from this bear market. Almost everything. Just my 2 cents is not. I will play my setups. I don't play my opinion. We are still in the hard mode. In my idea, it's hard to frame a setup in this condition. So we are still in the hard mode. Maximum 1% on every trade. I usually this week I use only 0.5%. So on every trade I'll take, I'll risk 0.5%. If you are a day trader, if you are a scalper and you do, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 trades in a day and you risk 0.5%, let's say you have a win rate of 50%, no more than that, and a risk to reward of 2. Just do the math, how many trades you'll do in a month, how much you profit you'll make approximately in a month. It's good enough. You'll make more than I don't know, 8, 10%. So why do you want to risk more than that? When I see the market condition, they are easy. Yeah, I could go on 1.5. When swing trading, sometimes I'll go to 2%. Rarely, but I'll do it. But it's not the case now. At least not for me. You see this chart. I'll keep posting it every week and every opportunity I have. This year it's an accumulation year. I like that fact. People they tend to forget that. Now is not a good opportunity to show you that because the market is up.
You should give a shout out to Josh. He actually put that chart specifically together.
Yeah, I have it from TRI, this one. So
Yeah,
from the
but
TRI side,
Josh in particular, you should give
yeah,
him a shout out because he did a great job on this.
yeah, nice job. Really nice. This chart was a bit unclear. And now you can see really nice. I have this on one of my monitors, so I could see it every day. Really nice. Now I can see it clear, and it's pretty easy to read. You know what A means, you know what B means, you know what C means. Everyone could see that. But this chart, I took this chart from TRI side. Let's not get to the end. Let's go look and see something what we have on Bitcoin at this moment. So on 4-hour chart, what I like to see a bigger picture for a day trader. I use 4-hour chart to get me an idea if I should be long or short, what I should hunt. You can see, yeah, you can see this range. You can see fake out to the upside, back in the middle, tugged a little bit the middle, bounce a little bit from there, and back down to the lower part. Back to the middle of the range, back off, straight up. This for me, I'm forced, if I'm thinking range, I'm forced to take a short. So on 1-hour chart, I just took this one. Uh, please don't do like me, just play your setups, not mine. But I saw this one, yeah. So I saw this one, this inside bar fractal is not 100% technically inside bar fractal, but it's good enough for me. So I just took if the market give me the opportunity, I just short at this level. I have my stop loss at the high. If this is the top and this was just a trap, I'll probably get a nice win. At least if the market will go back down and let's say we'll do a higher low in this area, I'll get my chance to move my stop to scratch. So I'm playing this one. Let's see what happens. You can see on lower time frames, if I go even lower, this move the up. You can see this move up on 50-minute chart had a bearish confirmed divergence now. Same idea, I guess, on no, but it's a nice EM. It's not a bearish divergence, but it's a nice EM. So I like this idea. Nice kind of EMing pattern on the this OBV. What I see here, maybe we can do another move up, put a head and shoulder pattern on OBV. I see that a lot on Bitcoin. So exactly what I have now on my chart, and I'm in a point 0.5 risk trade. I'm okay if I'll be stopped out. I'm even more okay if I'll get the take profit. You can see what I'm targeting. Let's go back on 1 hour chart so you can see it even better. Yeah. So I'm targeting this support area. If I could get a 21.5, yeah, I'll be happy. It's a 7, 8 to 1 risk to reward. I don't have to be right too many times to make money with this kind of setup of this kind of thinking. But I'm playing the range game in this area. I'll on 100 trades with this way, I'll be profitable. This time specifically, I don't know. I don't honestly. I don't want to know this time. Let's don't break the surprise and let's see what market will give us. But on the long run, I'm profitable playing the range game. So on lower time frames, I don't think is the case for this live stream. Let's go back on a 4 hour chart and maybe take a look at Ethereum. Maybe we see something different. Same idea, you can see. Stab up, stop everyone out. Everyone thought that this was the top and they tried to short and this move down. You can see, stop everyone out, take some liquidity, and now they could do the same thing on the downside. Yeah, with the what I see on bigger time frames, I don't think this is a sustainable move up. But it's just my opinion. Market could go do whatever he wants. Bitcoin dominance on 4 hour chart, you can see we are starting to get something. But keep in mind, it's not daily chart; it's 4 hour chart. So we are starting to get some EMs. If the market will convince me it's an EM and close above this week low, yeah, even below this one, yeah, I'm okay. But for now, what I have, this one, I have a stab to the 61.8 short reload zone with bearish divergence in MACD, RSI, really was overbought. Even even OBV is trying to put like an M pattern in this area. You can see if you draw a line, you can see is getting tired at this point. So let's see. Maybe the market will go do a nice correction. Altcoin will go to the location we want to hunt a long setup, and maybe we can start hunting altcoins again. This will be a good scenario. The rest of the altcoins, let me see. You can see move up, bearish divergence. I don't have location. I don't have enough reasons to go short. I cannot go long at this. Yeah, if you, I don't know, ape or aping in, yeah, you maybe can hunt, chase something like that, but it's not for me. I have a clear plan. I'm not allowed to buy to do anything in this area, and I don't have enough reasons to go short, not yet. And keep in mind on overall location for altcoins, I don't want to short altcoins at this point. Maybe at the scalp level, but I prefer to do the scalping on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that's it. You can see same idea on most of the altcoins. Pretty simple. Yeah, move up. You can see potential divergence, bearish divergence on MACD. Same idea on RSI. Why do I want to play this one? No, I'm just waiting. Same idea on this one. Yeah, I'm waiting in the long reload zone. I'll get my chance at some point. This one at least doesn't have bearish divergence on MACD at least. And OBV looks really nice, so could go a lot higher. If I'm long from the bottom, okay, I'll sell in the strength in this area. But if I'm not buying here. I don't know. 200% increase and I'm buying. No. You can see this one, same idea. Most of them, they have the same pattern. Even this one has bearish divergence. Even if it's really cool to buy this one and everyone is the best thing ever, okay. But I'm waiting in the long reload zone. On this one, you can see I'm hunting 78.6. If I'll get a 78.6, I'll go on lower time frames. Maybe I could get a W. Yeah, but not now. Same idea on AVAX. Same idea on almost every one of them. So not too much happening from last week. It's just ranging at the top, in my view. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get 25 to 100, maybe. But let's take it step by step, and we'll see what will happen until next week. That's it from my part. I don't know if you have questions, guys. Just send a message in the chat. If you want me to, yeah, I'm short, but short on lower time frames, Prince. If you guys have questions, just write a message and I'll answer you. Maybe you want to see a certain altcoin, but I don't know if I'm the best guy. Maybe Brian definitely is better to answer your questions. But if you want me to answer, just send a message.
Yeah,
Brian, that's it from my part.
Fantastic report. Sounds good. What's it? Isn't there some line or something that you say? How does that go again?
Yeah, I forgot about my line every time.
Yeah, that's your tagline, dude. That's what's gonna make
Yeah.
you famous in this world.
I don't want to be famous. Treat trading like a business, and the market will treat you like a king.
Awesome.
It's nice and simple, but keep in mind the first part is the most important. You want to be treated like a king. Treat trading like a business. Don't marry it. Don't just trade it, and that's it.
Well, what I heard earlier, you said, well, I mean, you could just take shots here and there, but that ends up creating bad habits. And bad habits, you might get away with it a few times here and there. But I'll tell you, even from my own personal experience, eventually one of those bad habits, oh, you know what, I'll just short here. Oh, I'll leave an open order there. And then all of a sudden you wake up the next day, oh my God, what have I done? So
a good trader is not made with the wheel. Yeah, wheel will help you to get to put some good habits in your system.
Yeah.
But if you want to be day in, day out, you need good habits. Yeah. That will keep you on the float. I'm consistent. I know how important I'm lazy. Honestly, I'm probably the laziest man in the world. But I have good habits. Yeah, I have a good habit. When the alarms rings, I'm up. I'm not waiting 1 second more to, maybe I'll wait 1 minute more and then I'll get out. No, I'm out. I'm out from my bed. When I'm waking up every morning, I have my habits. And at some point, they run you. They just get you through the day without any to push the wheel to force yourself. And I don't want a bad habit in my system.
Yeah, because, not debating at all. And if anything, it's how do we say this? You are a demonstrator of best practices. People should do more of what you're doing, not less. Just keep on being as awesome as you are.
I prefer to. I'm a guy with good habits, not.
Right. Demonstrator of best practices is a good habit.
Yeah,
that's a good habit to have.
Habit. Yeah, it's a good one.
All right, and actually, speaking, what I wouldn't mind, and for whatever it's worth, it looks like we have about a dozen or so names to look at that have been posted here in the Google. I don't even know what you call it, the chat room there. So, it looks like we have a few things to look at here through the second half of the show here tonight. Ben, your input is always appreciated. Any thoughts, any comments, any sort of observations on your part?
Sure. I mean, on the subject of good habits, I've been working hard at my trader workbench.
Good.
trader
Whoa.
workbench this
Oh,
week.
now you're just a
So,
guy after my own heart.
haha.
Excellent. Great to hear. Oh, love that. And so were you a bit overwhelmed by my old prop firm day trader checklist?
it, do you know what? It helped me realize like it's serious stuff and it's a lot of work. And
Sure is.
that's what trading really is. It's like just a ton of boring checklists. And it was actually really refreshing to hear um, Zach kind of talking through his journey.
Yeah. Did you
And
watch his
I
video? His video of how he said like his journey with his book.
yeah, and his journey like as a trader and going into his progression, trying out day trading and then
Yeah.
onto swing trading.
Yeah.
Well, actually reverse, yeah, swing trading, day trading, and then ending up where he is kind of just managing a little old lady and doing some option spreads. And I think his story really resonated a lot with me and kind of my personality profile.
Cool.
Um, and so, yeah, that was kind of refreshing because I kind of did feel this pressure like, well, what's my progression? Do I end up day trading? And that definitely was quite confronting to see all the things that really truly go into being a successful day trader
It's a
in
pain in the
what
ass,
you've
isn't
done.
it?
And for some people they excel at it and they do really good,
Yeah.
like um I just think of it as like one of the reasons why I don't have a gaming console. Some people can jump into a game and they go through the maze, smash the wall, grab the sword, fight the boss. I turn on the game, I turn 180 degrees, and I want to go find a hidden cave and I want to open every box and I want to see, talk to every NPC
Yeah.
player and explore and it's I never get anywhere in a game. And I think that says something of my personality is that I really love to explore and ask questions why and dig deeper.
Uh-huh.
But on the plus side, I have a lot of patience. So working with something like the little old lady strategy has been really good for me. And you know, I find that if I get the chart down to the smaller time frames that I start working in, my heart rate starts going up and up and
Yeah.
up, and the stress gets greater and greater. And so even though I'm going, this is a terrible experience, my brain is getting this hit of dopamine saying, this is great, let's keep doing this. And so it's a really kind of a strange kind of push, tug and pull with that. And it was the same as when I would be just watching those really high intense YouTube videos, watching what's happening like with the Bitcoin price, like tick by tick by tick, and there's things flashing on the screen, and it's doing all these things in my brain that's triggering these bad habits, right? Where I'm getting these dopamine kicks. Whereas when you start implementing just going through a spreadsheet, I mean, there's nothing physiologically that's happening. You're just kind of going through it. You're ticking the boxes. It's a very kind of Zen experience. And I think that's kind of the place where you're able to make really good decisions.
Yeah.
And so it's been really cool to kind of unlock those tools and work through them and start really having those honest conversations like Zach was talking about with myself and drilling down on that and getting that all in place.
Well said. Well said. I mean, the one of the biggest dangers of this game, I don't know whether you want to call it a game or not. Paul kind of alluded to it to a bit, but one of the major dangers of this game is finding it actually turning into like a video game. And it's really easy to, because we're dealing with real money here. It's really easy to get sucked into the video game side of this. And as Paul sort of said there, if you don't have that structure, then you end up building bad habits. And unfortunately, our portfolios are not like a video game where you can just throw another quarter into the machine and hit the reset button. I mean, this is real money. Sometimes it takes like many years to build up enough money to have a stake to trade with. So, just to that end, as kind of a fun illustration, this is the checklist that I used to live. This is our this, I think, is our level 3 class from like 2020 or something like that. But the material doesn't change too much. But this used to be my checklist, and this was the actual checklist that I give the students to sort of replicate. And I used to trade crude oil for Top Step, and I used to have to literally fill in. You can see every single, this new day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday would be the backside of the page along with the weekly totals and all the sort of my programming of mental did I achieve objectives and all that kind of stuff. But every single box on this spreadsheet has to be filled in before I can really do anything in earnest in the market. And actually, as a really good example, it doesn't really change a heck of a lot. It's just, the spreadsheets do look different. This is the spreadsheet checklist that Chris and I were working through an opening range trade setup in gold, crude oil, and the stock market. And so this happens to be the way that we're setting up this specific checklist. So, I mean, it's not really like the checklists have to be a certain format. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's what works for you individually. But as Ben, and both Paul and Ben have said this tonight, but as Ben just said there before, ironically enough, if you do this correctly, you kind of put away the price chart. You put away all the fun sort of games and stuff that you show on the... and it might even be better for some people to even put away all the charts altogether. The guy that used to be my boss at the old prop firm that I used to work at, he actually, when I first worked with him, all he had was just a screen of DOMs. And that was it. And actually what's really cool, I think I alluded to it earlier, is we're planning on getting the shows with Coinigy up and running again. And one thing I really like about Coinigy that you don't really see too much on a site like TradingView is they actually have the DOM, although I never know how to launch this. Oh, there we go. Actually, I don't think I have that. No, there we go. Anyway, so they have the DOM, but my old boss, Johnny Hoagland, he used to just simply trade off of this, and he'd just have a whole pile of these DOMs right across the screen. He wouldn't even look at price charts. He'd just be trading off the DOM and the depth of the market. So, well said, Ben. Actually, that was an excellent observation on your part. Well said. And I have to say that that's a function of your maturation as a trader. Can you convert this from a video game to actually a boring business? You're going, boring business? I don't want to do boring business, but what are you here to do? Are you here to play video games? Some people are. You go on YouTube, there are guys that are just, that's basically all they look at this as, is one big video game. I haven't seen, frankly speaking, I haven't seen too many people on YouTube have the staying power that TRI has. I mean, we've been doing these shows, these videos, trading away. I have officially never lost a dime in crypto. My account balances, I started in the crypto space basically with $500, and we manage tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in the marketplace. I don't lose money because I do treat this as a business. But I'm not the one who's going to be shooting for high score. That's not me when it comes to trading. I just want to make damn sure I can come back and play the game again tomorrow. So anyway, as we're chatting away here, Paul, I don't know whether you're aware, but we have your screen, and he's just sitting there hunting the next trade setup for him.
I'm just playing around.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. All right, but as I said there, Ben's observations there, I think, were actually very, very
Yep.
well said.
If
And
you're playing like a game, just be damn sure you'll win. Put it in a situation to win that game.
There you go. Well said. And actually, Paul even came on the Daily Brief. He was one of our special guests recently on a Friday, I think it was. We have special guests that come on the Daily Brief. And an associate of his, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's also actually working through the education program with us. So he might really enjoy the level 3 program when we get to that Pro Traders Workbench.
We are colleagues now. I'm colleague with him.
Oh, colleague. Oh, okay. Colleague. There you go. All right. So Paul actually gave us a bunch of spreadsheets that he and his group and his colleagues are using now, and they built. So that's also along the lines of exactly what Ben said there. Where so I would imagine, and what would be really interesting, and Paul even said this earlier, is if anything, I would expect Paul to get 100% on all of these little mini quizzes, and really he's just doing the education program to placate Brian, because I think he already knows most of this. But it'll be interesting to see when he and his colleagues get to level 3 and they go through Ben's material, or the Pro Trader Workbench, what I showed you there earlier, and compare it to the spreadsheets and stuff that they've already built. I think they're probably very similar. So anyway, great conversation, good stuff. If anything, this is the sign of professionals in the marketplace, not the guys who are just going, "Hey, I think this thing's going 100x, got a lot, ape in," and all that shit. Although it's fun, I understand the whole ape thing. I mean, it makes sense. When you're a bull, you might as well, and especially young men with testosterone and all that stuff, So. But you can see in our, we have a trading utilities section of our library. These are all tools that we've built to sort of help you sort of, frame your behavior. We're very big fans. In fact, one of probably the most important documents that I actually find most new traders need is this document. So if anything, what I'll do is just sort of a freebie. Anybody who's on the site, on the video watching this, I see, there's about 20 some odd people. It seems to go up and down. But go ahead and copy this document. This is a really good way if you're finding that you're struggling and you can't figure out why it is you're struggling. As Paul said there earlier, we want to have good habits. We want to be demonstrators of best practices. And this is a great tool to try and figure out where you're going wrong. And then at least it gives you some focus. Okay, I really got to focus on exit. I have a bad habit of exiting good trade ideas too early or too late. Or I'm not placing my stop in the right place. And I also think it's a really good idea for you to actually, find a winning trade that worked for you and use it as a template. Well, what does a good trade actually look like? Momentum divergence, price structure, location, whatever those tools are that speak to you. I think it's a good idea to grab like an actual chart and have it in here just to remind yourself, what is it that you're actually looking for in the marketplace? What does a good trade look like? So anyway, that's my little freebie for you guys. If you want it, throw it in your library. It looks like somebody popped on. So what I would say with these kind of things is that when you come on here, just hit the button, make a copy, and then that way it's yours, right? It's nice and simple. So okay, let's get into specific requests. Actually, what I noticed as Paul was talking, I was going through our screener database. If you're looking for ideas, I tell you, there isn't a lack of them. It's just a question of how aggressive do you want to be. Like this POLS versus Euro. Look at that beautiful bottom in there, and it's sort of climbing the wall of worry right now. So we never have a lack of ideas, that's for sure. And I love the key reversals. Key reversals are like one of my favorite signals. So anyway, I was just surfing through, looking at all the signals, and you can see there are signals coming in on a regular basis in crypto. It's just really a question of you got to sort of define what it is that gets you to act, and then when they come in, you gotta act. Actually, I gotta someone's got to remind me. We have to change. I gotta remind Sjord. We have to change this to. Josh actually had pointed out that probably a more appropriate name for this setup here is the gold. Is it gold plated stake setup? I'm not sure. I think that's a better name for this this setup up top here. Anyway, as I'm going through, I'm sort of thinking out loud. Sorry, everyone. I'll send that over to Sjord. Maybe he can rename that. Where is the TRI team? I'll just throw it on there. Boosh. All right. All right. So, what are we gonna look at? Do you want to do Mr. Charting tonight here, Paul, or do you want me to do the charting? Do we want to download it onto Ben? What should we do?
Let's download it to Ben.
I wasn't expecting you to say that, but okay, Ben, you've just been volunteered. Way to go. You're going to have to stop screen sharing, Paul, because you're screen sharing right now.
Okay, sorry guys. I'm just...
Paul, I don't know. Paul, Ben, you don't have to if you want. I'll do the charting.
I'm just joking. If you don't want, I'll do it. It's not a problem.
That made me laugh. I wasn't expecting. Paul's he's a part of the gendarme, right? So he's I didn't expect him to throw Ben under the bus. All right, so. I can. It's up to you, Ben. Do you feel like charting, or do you want me to? It doesn't matter.
Sure, I'll give it a crack. If it starts
okay,
to go,
sure. What the hell?
To go south, we'll.
We got to break your cherry at some point, right?
No.
Yep.
Okay, so let's share this window. All right.
All right, here we go. Okay. Whoops. It looks like you're sharing the actual Hangout window.
Okay. Cool. So there's my Pro Trader workbench I'm working on.
Oh, damn pretty.
Oh, nice.
Nice. My journaling, my logs, my tools. It's all ready to go.
Excellent. Good for you. Wow, you're really good at these the app things, eh? Is that another app you created?
It's just bringing spreadsheets together in a pretty way, so it makes sense in my brain.
Yeah, look at that. That looks damn fancy. And do you access a lot of this stuff off your cell phone?
Well, I can go through a lot of it on my cell phone. So, say for instance, if this is kind of just a little way that I do my journal, it's just going through, kind of doing like a personal check. Sweet. I'll give myself a score, depending on what my score is.
Good for you.
Should I just sit the day out, or are there any areas I need to work on?
Is there any way you can duplicate that and throw that into our little app? That's
cool. Maybe there'd be a way that people can just copy it, make a copy for themselves.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. But
that's super awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's just all there in the one thing, and I can.
Damn cool. All right, so let's put Ben's let's put Ben's charting acumen to the test here.
All right.
No pressure.
Clean this up a little. What are we looking at today?
Okay, so when I was scrolling through, I see a few people have posted multiple names, but we might as well just start at the top. Joshua says Chico mentioned your Frax there.
Frax.
So I guess Frax is getting some love from Tyler. Is that his name? I think that's his name. FXS. The only problem is you can't really buy that way up top there, though. Yeah. So, and I talk about this one all the time in the Daily Brave. Probably. I don't know. I mean, you give us your 2 cents on the Frax. What do you see here?
Okay. All right. So starting at the weekly, the location is you're not chasing. That's for sure. OBV came in with a nice divergence there.
The just
Um,
FYI, the screen resolution is kind of crappy. Is there any way maybe we
okay.
could put away the quote panel,
Okay. Yeah.
just so we can
Yeah.
maximize the price screen?
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
That
Just
look better.
so these people can sort of see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's better. Yeah, cool.
Okay. Cool. Looking at the weekly, we've had a 1330 SMA cross.
Wow. I
So
love it when I see that. Jeez, what a good
yeah,
looking chart.
it's a good sign. And then we can drill into the daily. Willie is a little overbought here.
Yeah.
So, but no divs in MACD. OBV still trending up. So we, if you're wanting to, I guess, get in and snipe something, we've got a little Wyckoff check down here. If that comes in, that would be nice.
Uh-huh.
But that's a strong OBV, right?
Yeah.
Don't know if that's going to be
Like if you do a 2.618 off of that W bottom, I think if I'm not mistaken, yeah, 2.618 for me comes in at about $15 on this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's what you got a 4669.
Yeah, I might have it on log at the moment. That's fifth levels based on. I don't know. I'm not on the log chart.
I
So.
think I'm probably drawing off the bigger sort of almost like weekly.
Oh yeah.
But that's
Okay.
fine. The point
Right.
being that actually I think you're 4669, which is in that dark blue.
That comes up there. That's like 14.
Yeah, that probably lines up with my 2.618.
Right. There's a confluence. So we'll do one off this guy here.
Yeah.
Because that's been broken out, right? So.
Yeah, I might even go off of that previous high.
Oh yeah.
Massive W.
The
Yeah.
reload zone within reload zone.
So interesting. 2.618 is support now. So you can see. Oh, actually, wait a minute. That's a different one, isn't it? Okay. So there's that 2.618. That's my sort of target. What's interesting about this one is that look left kind of thinking. Because now we're getting up into levels where if this thing really wants to get going, gee whiz, it could just ratchet higher here.
Yeah, I mean, looking left up here, you've got this area here that I might want to hit up into before it rolls over. But yeah, that could just stay embedded for a while until it gets up there.
Probably a little too late to buy. You could probably do like reload zones off of this range, and my hunch is the reload zone lines up with that Benkoff check level. That I don't know. Who's this Wyckoff guy? I prefer Benkoff check better. To be honest with you.
So I mean, if it did turn around here, I mean, yeah, there's this sweet spot right there on there. If we went up to there and rolled over, then you got your 78.6 is right there.
That would be a shark setup.
That would be a shark setup.
So yeah, I've got an open order to sell up at that 2.618, and I'd throw my bid to buy right back at that 78.6 if I get filled.
Right.
And actually, I could see that to create the bear div in MACD, we got a big pop here, which takes price to new highs, but the MACD does not go to new highs.
Okay, something like that.
Yeah, and then that would create your bear div. So, yeah. All right, so appreciate the mention there, Frax, of Frax by Joshua there, and the fact that Chico's starting to get all on top of this, so that's cool. Hopefully we'll make a pile of money off of that. All right, next up is Gala. Prince says Gala has a ton of room to go if BTC continues to pump. Okay.
Should go with this. We'll go Tether on Binance.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start at the weekly.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all probably going to look pretty similar, but this one, I don't think we got a cross there yet. It's just at the cross.
Yeah, that's off of the bottom too. So.
Yeah.
And it does have a room to go, but usually what these bottoms look like are saucers. So you can kind of see how maybe this might be the middle of the saucer that's forming right now. Like if you did like the arc tool and sort of put the left hand part of the arc probably around that sort of April May of last year dump, and then this is the middle of the down the second one from the bottom.
So this one,
Yeah,
around.
something like that. It almost looks like that's the neckline. Yeah. So where? Yeah, you're pretty close. So that's how long Gala's probably got to take to turn. And if anything, I like that because this year 2023 should be a bottoming year. So I have almost never seen a market that looks like that just go straight up. Usually there's a bit of back and forth. All right, maybe throw that in.
Right.
Can we throw that in the
Do we want to look at it on the daily, or that's enough? There's no working weekly
Yeah,
W
off the
here.
daily,
Yeah.
it would just give us vertigo, I bet.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well,
It
I
is
forgot to take a
interesting.
screenshot
Notice
last.
that I don't know whether that's an IPO or ICO. I don't know whether that's the first trading day or whether this thing was trading a long time versus other things on other exchanges. But it is interesting how CZ came in and defended this thing right against that original low there, eh? So clearly somebody over on Binance has some vested interest in defending that low.
Candle body low right there, hey?
So you can see that if anything, think institutional fingerprint. Clearly somebody's interested in this thing off of that level. So if you want to go down to a daily, you could probably do a fib off of these recent highs back down to those lows and, reload zones and all that kind of stuff.
There's a divergence.
Yeah. This would be a horrible place
That's
to be a
not,
buyer, I think.
Yeah. The bully's oversold, but yeah, OBV's still going up. Yeah. Too late to buy.
Too early to sell. Yeah, that's probably a good way to think of this. If you're really lucky, we get a pop up into that peak from August of last year, and then we get a nice little sideways consolidation. And the lows from last July make sort of like the left shoulder of a head and shoulders pattern, or I guess the right shoulder of a head and shoulders pattern.
Right.
So you could almost think of this like market symmetry.
Go patterns. Where is that?
Oh, you're right there under the harmonic. Yeah.
Like here to where do we top out?
Well, if you're gonna do the bar pattern, I would just go off of the low. So the lowest low, and then I would draw the left hand side. Yeah, I'd go there, and then I'd draw the left all the way back to like almost the left hand side of your screen. I would just go right there. Then flip that, and then overlay it, and you probably have a pretty good sort of roadmap. Yeah, and then there to there. Good job.
Down here.
And then I would stretch that up. Yeah, actually, that's not bad. Something along those lines. So you can kind of see on a sort of market symmetry basis, the peak should come in, I guess, just about the end of February there for that thing. Yeah. But something along those lines.
Okay, this peak here you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of looks like, this is just market symmetry. This is just, does the right-hand side of the fractal look like the left-hand side? Usually they don't look exactly alike, but they do look similar. So you see that low there in July. Interesting how last July there was a low in this thing. And if the market symmetry plays out, this July we should get a low in this thing. So, that period where Ben has his mouse right now, that would be probably the area that you really want to hunt, like a buy setup. Like that could be a bot setup. So off of that anticipated high back to the neckline, draw your bot all the way down to the low, and then project that off of those lows from July. And there might actually be a half decent trade setup in there. But this is going to take a while to develop, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to put that in the app? That's fine by me.
All right, cool. Well, let's Let's make it a weekly one.
Yeah, something along those lines. It's not a bad looking study. What do these guys do? Gala. You ever heard of them before? That sounds familiar. I think I had a
Yeah,
one.
they're like a gaming one. From what I remember, I'm pretty sure they have quite a few games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether that Axie thing has ultimately bottomed yet.
Yeah, that was all the rage.
Yeah, that was sort of the
wasn't
big video game one thing last cycle, eh?
it? Yeah.
So it'll probably. I wonder if people are still playing that game and collecting those Axies, or are they all frustrated and they gave up?
Yeah, I haven't checked in on that. I mean, we could have a look at it, or some other things people have pulled
Sure.
up. Should we pull up Axie?
It's up to
Let's
you,
give it a
Chief.
quick
You're driving
squeeze.
the bus today. What do you
Let's
feel like
see.
doing?
There you go. There it is.
Oh, there you go. That's an interesting looking chart. So it's trying to
Looks
bottom
like
as
it's
well. You can
a
almost
little
see the
cute W
same.
there.
You can see the same saucer bottom here as well, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's got a working W down there, doesn't it?
Yeah, right down the bottom. And also notice, look where the W came in. If you look left, basically right against the original bottoming area.
Yeah.
So there's value on this thing, and it's just shocking, right? Like, what's the price of that down that bottom down
The
there?
very bottom.
Well, just even that W that happened there in June. Yeah, like what's
This one
the
here.
price of that breakout there?
That was 371.
Right, and what's the
That would
top
have
on this
been
darn thing?
so right here, there, or the high,
Just to give you an
all-time
idea of
high.
how high
Yeah.
these crazy things can go. I mean, look at
Yeah,
that.
I mean, look at that. That's a 166.09.
That's incredible, eh?
Yeah.
So at the
Yeah.
very least, we should be thinking about 50% bounces. So 50% level probably takes us up into that like $60, $70 area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, this would be interesting to do your rule of 72 off of. See if it applies for this.
Let's see. We'll flip it to the log to see what's going on here. Yeah. So I guess it kind of W'd off of that 96. Got a double off there, back down, double off there. Does it go up to the next level? Yeah, I don't know. But that's probably around that 50% level up there, that 43. Or that, what is it? $94 would be similar to the 50% roll.
So it'd be interesting if people played this video game and were paid with the Axies when this thing was like $150. What would they be doing with all those Axies that they theoretically got paid?
They are played on a different altcoin, SLP. That's the problem. SLP, it's a different.
Okay. Smooth Love Potion.
Yeah.
What? Don't
don't
get
know
into
where they
those
get these
damn
names.
cum rocket damn
Well,
coins.
if you want to see how they
Yeah.
are paid, take a look at the other chart and see how
Okay.
the other one is done.
They get paid in the
Yep.
SLPs. That's what they get
Yeah,
paid.
some of the rewards they are on SLP.
Oh, okay.
So how much, Brian, question for you, like, or even Paul, like if you were to look at the log chart and you see it's coming up into resistance here,
Yeah.
do you put much like weight on that if given that on the non-log chart where we're looking at a W on the other side of
what I would do is draw a trend line off of that linear chart off of the high from the beginning of 2022, the end of 2021.
End of 2021.
Yeah, to the left.
So the beginning, this one here?
No, the end of 2021, the high there.
This one?
No.
And at the very, very top.
No. The end of 2021.
All right, so we'll go to 21. Right. This is the end of 21 here.
That's
Up here?
November. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Keep going. All right. So that high, and then actually, I
Okay.
would even do the next high, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right. So
So there's
down.
that one, but yeah, that's the one I think. So that to
Okay.
me feels like the trend line that's probably the market's going to run into
Mm-hmm.
to find resistance. Also to the high from it looks like probably May of 22 to I guess the high of well even October November there. That probably also aligns with your logarithmic trend line.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess the
So
point being
back to
that
the
I would that's definitely would respect that and really
yeah.
think the rule here is we it's probably not a good idea to take a trade at that trend line. You probably want to
Right.
let the trend line be broken
Mm-hmm.
and then find some sort of bullish structure on the other side of it. So notice off of this chart, notice that huge wick there. So all of those people are trapped in that wick. And they would desperately love to get out of this trade. And then if you go back to your log chart, notice that that corresponds with that wick nicely. Yeah, right in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like you could even do like even a fib going from that. I guess we call that like a Darth Maul candle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so notice 70. I guess I don't know where 70. I know I'd go the other direction.
Okay.
78.6, 88.6 kind of ideas right up against that trend line as well.
So up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right into
Yeah.
there.
That's right in the reload zone for sure.
So, coming in on the long side here, I think is a kind of asking for trouble a bit.
Yeah.
And then if you go down to the daily chart, if you do fibs going the other, in fact, yeah, there's actually a confirmed Foggenbaum we could probably do there.
Okay.
So,
Oh yeah, and on the daily you've got that
that's a
um
wicked bear div and OBV
an
too.
OBV. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what were you wanting me to do here?
But if you did
For
like just off of this M top where you have that big circle there,
mm-hmm.
just do a Foggenbaum. Well, I off of the M top, so 2.618 probably lines up nicely with the lows from like I guess the middle of January. So not that high. No, just the recent high that we just
This
put
guy
in.
here.
No, just the recent high we just put in.
Okay.
Yeah, but the next high following that, right? Because we're going to do a bearish Foggenbaum study.
On the M.
Bearish. Oh, bearish on the M. Oh, my bad. I apologize.
So
No,
yeah, there to there. There you go. So where does 2.618 come in there? I would expect the market to come back, yeah, down into that level there in the short term.
50%, yeah.
And really, this thing isn't a buy until you're on the other side of that trend line and you're spitting up bullish market structure.
Yeah.
And probably, like this might be an interesting one where you did a fib off of that entire range, and especially off that Darth Maul candle. The reload zone on going the other direction is probably the buy zone, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's guys who will sell against the top end of that range, buy against the bottom end of that range.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, down in that area.
Yeah, and there's your 4669.
Well, that would make sense.
Could be a candle body low situation.
But Paul's saying that this thing derives its value off of something else.
Yeah, SLP. Should we quickly open that up and then we'll jump onto the chat?
Sure. What the hell?
All right. Let me
Too
take a
bad we
screenshot
couldn't
of
get
this.
better screen resolution. Stupid Google Hangouts. Sorry if it's hard to read the numbers, everybody.
Yeah, the great thing is they can jump on the app after and.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
Talk about a sales pitch.
resolution.
Woo! Nice. Solid. I like that.
Sales pitch for the free app.
There you go.
So it's probably
Default
R-rated
says
at the
can't
moment.
see anything, honestly. So what I would suggest you do is have your chart up on your screen while you're watching the video and chart along with us. So
There
you can
go,
see
yeah.
what the numbers are.
Okay.
All right, so here is Paul's SLP. And wow, does that ever look like a train wreck?
Yep.
Yeah.
So people will get some rewards in SLP and they'll sell to get some money. Will sell this one from the
Yeah.
game,
Mhm.
and this one looks a bit ugly.
Do a
Well, we
fog
can
and
put
bomb off of that original M top. That'd be interesting to see where those levels come in.
a fog and bomb off of the M top. All right. I'm on the log chart still. Let's see if that.
You have to just make sure your
Finish it.
fibs are calculated off the log scale.
Yeah, that's.
And I would do it off of the middle of that M there.
The low.
A bearish
Yeah.
fog,
It's
not a
going here?
bullish.
No, the top it's
Yeah.
okay, but the middle part, the lower part of the fib to be in the middle of the M.
Yeah, you're going up, and I'm suggesting going down.
Yeah. Let me flip it around.
We're really testing you
Going
here,
upside
eh?
down here. Yeah,
Sorry,
on the
dude.
log chart, this looked like it made sense, but that's way too.
Well, no,
too
do it
much
off
a
of the
range
middle
to be
part.
drawing
So
up
drag
scale here.
the second
Not
point.
the-
No. Put
No.
that one back where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
do
this-
the middle part off of the middle of the M. Right? Yeah, drag it to
As
the
in
left.
this
Left. No, more.
left.
More.
Left.
I know. Oh,
There
over
you
here.
go. All right. And then
Oh,
go
man.
into the settings and set it to log scale.
Yeah, there we go. This is a test.
Yeah,
For
there
sure.
you go.
Oh.
And now you just
Uh-oh.
you changed the number. I don't know whether you saw that.
We're gonna go to this,
All
and
right.
then
And then scroll all the way down to the bottom. There you go.
yeah, that's on.
Hey, there
that
you
is on
are.
log scale.
Okay, so where's 2.61? Now you got to change your chart to log scale.
Back to log. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
All right,
So, there we
look
are.
at that. Mysteriously, we're right at 2.618 now. What a
Yeah.
coincidence.
And we've got a nice OBV div.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, I obviously we don't have any W's here yet,
Nope.
but this is definitely an area. Probably, if you are interested in this, I have no idea if it is. Great Del Moody says if you press Control and plus together, that will make the font one size bigger. I don't know whether you can do that, Ben, or whether the person watching the video does it. But that might be one way to zoom in a bit.
Yeah, I made my text bigger, so it's now at
Oh, yeah, that does look better.
125%.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Does that look better? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, great Del Moody.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I guess it's understandable why there's a fight going on at this level.
Mhm.
And probably exactly like what we just said about a couple names here. Probably we're going to see this right across the board, especially off these weekly charts, is can you see the saucer bottom? And this is potentially inverted head and shoulders forming here. So.
Yeah, I wonder if
All right, it's already 5 minutes to the top of the hour, so we probably got to keep charging through these names.
All
If you want to just throw that onto the spreadsheet, that would be cool. That's an interesting level, that 2.618.
Oh.
It'd be interesting if we come back later on and see how it played out. Okay, there were a few others. Maybe for time purposes, we'll just limit it to sort of one or two per person. Next one, Tafal says TKO. Let's see what you got there. TKO, don't know what that is. That's stock, or is that a crypto?
Yeah, I guess we're probably looking at the crypto. Maybe
All right, let's see.
maybe try it.
Looks
This
like
is Tether.
TKO. Technical knockout.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Technical potential bottom coming in. Kind of a
Yeah.
screwy first candle there, though, eh? Like, remember we've seen this a few times. They want to go down and test the lows of those candles. So, a bit screwy there, but
This is a big old candle, isn't it?
yeah.
Definitely with some more history.
Yeah, so it's 35 cents right now. Looks like the bottom Binance has put in here is around a dime. Could you get some back and forth through here? Yeah, I suppose so. Wait, is it a fundamental story? Who asked about this one? Tafal, I mentioned this. Would you say, Tafal, this is a really, really good fundamental story?
See.
He says it's Tokyo crypto. And actually, I think the Japanese are getting a little bit more excited these days about crypto. So I'm hearing that those Mt. Gox coins might be released pretty soon. Do you guys hear about anything about that?
Yeah, in the summer seems like.
Yeah. So there you go. That might be. Maybe that's one of.
Mm.
Tafal says this is a South Asian DEX. So, well, buyer beware. If you could risk that W, it's probably not
Yeah.
a terrible idea.
Where are we? I mean, that's a big.
Yeah, I
They
don't know
did
where
do the
you'd come in
breakout
on the
there.
long side there. That would
The-
boy, buying all the way up top there.
Yeah, just trying to get that.
But
2 to
nonetheless,
1.
yeah, what would be a 2-to-1 on that thing? Yeah, it's not undoable. It might be interesting to do a 2.618 off of that bottom if it does come in. Then you could use that as your price objective. Yeah. Oh, interesting. So that's not quite a 2-to-1. It's a shame that that wick is so high up there.
Yeah.
Maybe you just wait for another W to come in.
Yeah, that is a shame.
So he says big Indonesian market, limited supply, small market cap. Yeah, it's cute. This is probably a name that, once we get into the latter part of 24 into 25, these kind of names are flying and you're already like 10x above where we are now.
And what would the little old lady do in this situation?
Maybe, take your stake, figure out what 5% of that is, then maybe break that into 5 lots, maybe go buy like 1% exposure now. And then as time goes by, more technical buy signals come in. You just keep adding another 1%, add another 1%, add another 1%. That would probably be my inclination here.
Yeah.
So, like sadly, if you can put on what the hell's that thing? RNDR. This is I told Sjord today. Sometimes when you have like half decent fundamental ideas, but the technical chart isn't there, it's not a bad idea just to go grab like a 1% exposure if you're gonna do like little old lady kind of thing, and just get a little bit on the books. So, because this one, Sjord mentioned it to us when it was sitting there, I think under $1. Yeah, if you go to a daily chart, you can see what it's done. Just kaboom. I mean, you can see where the daily double bottom is. So sometimes these damn things, they take off like a rocket. If you throw on like I don't think I could do that now. I mean, it is a long, long way up there now. So on this one, I might throw it like do your reload zone, throw in stink bids at maybe 50%. It's not a bad idea to throw in a stink bid for like 1%. And then on further technical buy signals down the road, probably reload zones. Probably another area to throw in a stink bid. 78.6 is the double bottom there. So, yeah, maybe throw in a couple bids, but you can't chase this one now. But it's a good example, that one that we were just looking at, that TKO. It's kind of flirting with where this thing was around that 61.8 kind of area. So, do you just go and grab some because you really like the idea and you just want to have some on the books? That's not a bad idea. And, of course, Tafal there showing us what an awesome trader is. He said he picks him up there in October, which was probably like the trader's level down there. Very smart.
What's that?
October. So even before that. Yeah, before all that. Down in there, yeah.
Down in there, yeah.
That would be like the sick, I'm a pro trader trade level.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the breakout and then the pullback, down testing those lows. Even another example of, awesome trader level. You can't come in and buy this thing now, but if you go back to that TKO and we sort of ask, well, is this a similar situation? Is it an idea to have someone just off of the sort of the weekly breakout level? I think you just hit the back button, I think.
Okay.
You can do that. Do you just go and grab like a 0.5%, 1% down in this area? And then if you get like the RNDR breakout, this thing would probably jump up to that 1618 level. And then that would be the same as the RNDR.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my opinion is see if you can maybe actually it's not a bad idea just to throw a little bit on the books there. I might just go and do that. So thank you for that idea. If anything, if you could grab that image and throw it in the app.
Yeah.
Give us lots of
all these in
actually
the
you just put it in. Did you just put it in the
yeah?
Okay.
I'll put all these in the app later. Yeah.
Oh, you're a bloody rock star. Awesome.
Cool. So Talal, did you pay yourself and get a free position up here?
Well, this is RNDR. Because you said you bought some of this.
You bought in October.
So did you pay yourself? It'd be interesting. He's like, nah.
That's some banging out of double territory right there.
Yeah, I know. That's a good example where you could have added a second car, right? You would have sold half on a double, got your original capital back, throw your bid in to buy another car right down at the bottom, and you could have 2 cars now in your car garage as opposed to just 1.
or 3 now. Oh.
Well, so now this would be, I don't think we'd have a double off of the original buy. Is this the second double yet? I don't think so.
Well, 40, off of 80. Here, yeah. I mean, if it was
160.
Down in here,
well,
he says, of course. There you go.
Yeah. So you would actually have 2 free positions here now, right?
Yeah.
You'd have 1 free position that's paid you twice. You'd have another free position that's paid you once. So you'd have 3 original capitals in your hands, and you'd have 3, I guess 1 1/4 positions still left, or something like that.
2 doubles. Yeah, he's got 2 doubles already.
Yeah, so there you go. This is how you make this crazy ass, insane amount of money using this reload zone, sell half on a double concept. So, of course, it's always easiest to talk about this in hindsight, right? In real time. But, that TKO, I think in real time, I think it looks like it's doing somewhat the same story. So, okay, let's keep moving this train forward. We're already after 8 o'clock, so maybe we'll just do one more. And then call it a night. Great job, Ben. I think you're doing an awesome job charting.
Appreciate it. I'm sweating up in here.
All right.
Sorry, Ben. Sorry.
Okay, so what's to fall? We'll ask you to. Actually, it'd be interesting to get your take because I want. Well, I don't know. What's
EGLD.
Actually, you want to look at that EGLD? I keep hearing you guys talking about this thing. I don't quite understand the appeal of this crazy thing.
Yeah, it's a small supply. It's a Romanian project.
Oh, it's Romanian. Now I understand why you guys are all excited about this.
It's one of the serious projects in Romania because we have many projects, but I don't recommend this one. They had a hack and they behave really nicely. Small amounts of coins in the market, DeFi, DEX. It's a good project in my view, fundamentally.
It is expensive though. You're throwing $44 a coin.
Yeah, I'm waiting a lot lower. Even if I like the project, I'm waiting below the last low.
Okay.
I bought this one in the last bull market, before the last bull market, at $8 and $10.
Yeah.
So
maybe you can zoom out to like a weekly chart and we can see.
Yeah, this might get messy. I mean, I'll do it I might jump to a different version, but this I think I did a tricking out my charts on it.
Oh, cool.
Let's have a look. Okay.
So I'm buying a lot lower. Let me look at my spreadsheet.
I don't like the way this thing is making lower highs and lower lows like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting lower.
And like, what's a fundamental reason for this thing to move up here? Is it got you said it's a Romanian project? Do they have anything on the go right now?
Yeah, they'll keep working in the bear market. It's
Did
one
you
of the
say they were
projects that.
hacked?
Yeah, they have a hack. I don't know, a couple of months ago, and they behave really nicely. They resolve the problem nice and smooth. I like that.
All right. Well, I suppose that's not terrible. Wicks and tails. There's a good example, everybody, of wicks and tails like to be eaten.
Yeah,
So if you could draw a horizontal line off of the bottom of that wick, that's probably the target here. Well,
last
even
no,
that
That
big
one there,
one.
or this
Yeah,
guy
that
over
one
yeah,
right
here.
there.
Okay, yeah, that's
I
that's
know. So interesting how that
yeah.
low that was just put in down there. So it's almost like if you were going to try and find a level that the smart money is willing to buy off of, it looks to me like it's around that $17, $18. So, hmm. Right. So what's your interpretation of this, Ben? Let's put the noose
All right.
comfortably around his
Well,
neck. What do you think, sir? What the hell's going to
well.
happen here?
w-
And Dennison asked us to look at the Binance chart. Isn't this Binance? That looks like it's Binance.
it's Binance US.
Yeah, this is Binance
Oh, okay.
US. Yeah, I looked at the Binance chart, and that was the one that I had a whole bunch of horizontal lines on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, weekly location's not bad.
Location's good. Yeah. So if anything,
Yeah,
we should do like a checklist of is this investable? So location, that's
yeah.
okay. We can get the
I
check
don't know
mark
if
there.
that's not really a confirmed W, but it seems to be kind of trending a little higher.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, it's still no confirmed W's in MACD. Let's go down to daily. Yeah, no, that
Egregiously overbought here now, eh?
yeah,
Yeah,
really stupid. OBV is trending down. Yeah, I would wait, but
Probably you could. What I would suggest is maybe even draw a fib off of whatever these recent highs are, right down to the bottom of that big tail, and just keep an eye on how price acts when we get down into the reload zone of that tail. Yeah, down in there. What is that? 21 or $24 somewhere down in that area. What did you say you originally bought this thing at, Paul?
at eight and $10
Eight
before
and
the.
10. Oh boy,
Yeah,
that's much lower.
that's why I'm waiting below $20 to buy it this time.
Yeah. Well.
mm,
Yeah, actually, yeah. There's
yeah,
if you zoom in off of that original bottom, I bet there's some nice structure down there. That
Yeah, a Bank of Czech probably untested yet.
yeah. And this is the U.S. one. Probably your well, I don't know. Yeah, if you zoom in there, you can see the original structure.
we've got
Mm.
this guy here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
Oh
one.
one.
Yeah,
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 And if
that
you
one is.
zoom in on that, I think I see a gap down there too.
all right.
Yeah, right down in there.
Let's take this off.
No, no gaps, but well, maybe around that moving average there.
Yeah, but a nice Bank of Czech at that level at $10.
Yeah. So,
Untested yet.
That would be nice, wouldn't
how much of a cheap
Yeah,
ass are you?
it?
damn cheap. $10.
Right. So I do like that level. If you're cheap ass, there, that's probably where you throw your stink bids. You just
Until
gotta have to be
we'll see
careful.
at the W on weekly chart, I'm still keeping my limit orders at $10.
All right.
If I'll see a weekly W, maybe I'll change my mind and hunt higher. But until I see a weekly W, I don't have any reason to take off my limit order.
All right. Yep. I can believe that.
Mm,
Actually,
yeah,
you want to throw this on a Jesus? This thing was $500.
that's
Yep.
insane.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking, eh?
Gosh.
Because you know somebody paid that.
Yeah, someone sold at close to 500. I know a
Yeah.
guy who
Well, I
bought at
suppose.
10 and sold stepping up.
Well, you can buy a hell of a lot of Transylvanian real estate for that kind of money, eh?
Yeah. I didn't have a big bag, but good enough
All right.
to make
Not
some
like
money.
Joshua in the lounge. I thought it was kind of cool. Joshua in the lounge. Their Denizen says he sold at 540 bananas. Wow.
Put the top in the market.
Yeah, you broke the market, so
You crazy Romanians. Anyway, this is how big his bag was. He must have been a Joshua bag holder. Look at the size of that guy's
yeah.
bag. There you go.
I'll tell you to the Romania influencers, Denizen.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is when it comes to Romanian capitalism, would you trust Romanian capitalism unequivocally?
Me,
Yeah.
exactly like a Chinese businessman, exactly like that.
All right. So be
In the
careful,
same area.
everybody. Please.
That like on everyone else, most of them they'll take profit if they see the opportunity. But we have serious people. These guys, I like their style. What I noticed something fishy. They bought some real estate in their area.
So they did buy
Uh,
Transylvanian real estate.
yeah, but they bought. I don't know. When you see a crypto project buying real estate, I don't know.
Well, yeah,
You
exactly. I mean, if your project's so good, why not reinvest in yourself? Why are you investing in other things? You know.
Yeah, that's the only problem I see. But maybe it's not a big amount. Let's see what happens. I'm willing to buy lower at this price. No, at $44, definitely no. It's a good project, but it's too expensive in my view. But below $20, I could start slowly dollar cost averaging on it.
Okay. Well, that sounds
But
good.
and I have a big order at $10.
Yeah, Connor says he'll buy a castle in Romania with 50 caliber BMT auto turrets. Have you watched those BMTs when they go at it? Oh my god, those things are insane. Anyway. Okay,
Yeah, the
on that
legislation
note,
cutter in Romania, it's a bit ugly about guns. You don't think you'll have something like that.
yeah, well,
You cannot, a regular guy cannot own a fire gun in Romania.
it's probably a good thing. I still don't
Yep.
understand what Americans need those AR-15s running around. I mean, just, I understand the BMGs. Is that what they're called? What did I say? BMT or something? Anyway. Okay, we are well past the top of the hour. So I think these people got some good value for the broadcast here today. We gave you a pretty good idea of what we're seeing in the marketplace. So maybe we should move on to closing thoughts now, guys. What do you think? All
Yep.
right.
Sounds good.
Hearing everybody say yes. Sounds good. Thank you very much, Ben. We threw Ben to the Lions today, and I think he fended them off. So well done.
Yep.
Yeah, with a little bit of help from the chat, we got there.
Great job here, sir. Great job. Okay, I'm gonna hijack the screen share here. We'll wind up the broadcast here with our grand predictions, as always. I don't know how much value is in all this, but oh well, it's fun nonetheless. Believe it or not, I still am leery about getting overly bullish, but I just don't see any top yet. So I'm gonna have to give another 0. I'm not expecting a huge move up here. I think we could pop like $1,000 up into that, which if you do vote yellow, I suppose that'll give you another win if we do 1,000 to the upside. I don't know whether we get that big double-digit move further here, but I'm going to go with a 0 here this week. I'm just sort of feeling neutral, especially since our algos are really not very bullish right now at all. So, I suppose, Paul, what do you think? What do you feel like voting here this week?
I just saw a tag on candle body highs on weekly chart. And in the short reload zone, close to 25 level, I'll be consistent and give a -1.
All right. So looks like everybody's going to stick to their guns. They're 50
I'll let Ben
cows.
be bullish this time.
And now Ben's gonna give us a 3, right?
I think I might go -1 too.
Oh,
Then the market will go up. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, what a seed shift! Isn't that interesting? All right, so the
If someone
sentiment
wants to
has
contra
turned.
trade us, can do that.
All right, so 2 having -1s. Let's see if the boys and Brian's like kind of chicken shit lately. I don't really want to say anything here. Connor's saying Connor wants to get in on this. You know, you're gonna have to wait for the next intake, and I think these guys like their jobs. I don't. You know, we had Nick and Derek bail on us there a while ago. I don't see Paul and Ben going anywhere, Connor.
Nope, definitely no. I like to be in this live stream, so
Yeah, you like doing this show with me? Is it
Yep.
fun? Oh, good, excellent, good. What do you think, Ben? Are you enjoying your time with us here?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Excellent.
we can
Good to hear.
maybe we could have Connor on as a special guest.
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah.
What do you think, Connor? The deal is you got to bring one of your chickens with you.
Yeah.
Connor's gone into the chicken raising business, if I understand correctly. Anyway.
yeah, it's a profitable business now.
There you go. Right,
Yeah.
eggs are going for $20 a piece, right?
Yeah. So, nice business, Kautar. Why not?
Oh no, you'd be awesome. Okay, well, Connor, maybe reach out. Maybe next week we will have you on as a special guest host. That works. Okay, closing thoughts. Who should we start off with? Paul's always so long-winded, so maybe why don't we get him out of the way real quickly here? Paul, what's some closing thoughts for these people?
This time, I usually use what problems, what I see in the community. So, just if you have the TA knowledge, if you learn the technical, if you learn the process from Brian, from level 1, just be damn sure to practice. Doesn't matter how much time, how much effort will take you. I had some situations. They know how to do it, but they didn't put the time and effort to just do the paper trade. Just start trading, and in time you lose the confidence to become a trader. You just need to practice. Yeah, you'll do some mistakes. Use a smaller amount. I prefer $100 challenge because it's just small enough so everyone could afford to lose that money. But keep practicing, keep using your setups until you get better. If you are not practicing, you are not a trader. You are just, I don't know how to say it, an analyst. You are not, even if you know the technical part, if you know TA, you are an analyst, you are not a trader. A trader should be able to execute properly. And you cannot do that without a lot of practice. It's that simple. If you don't put the time and effort to get good at executing the setups, nothing could help you. Nobody could help you. Just my 2 cents about people who want to become, I don't know, swing traders, even day traders. Just put the time and effort. Doesn't matter. Some guys will get through in 3 months. Maybe you will take 1 year. Doesn't matter. The important thing is the result.
Yeah. I would subscribe to that newsletter, folks. All right. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Was that?
No, just this idea I had in mind from, I don't know, from last couple of days.
Good. It's always a good reminder to, especially aspiring traders. You don't want to try and, what's the old expression? First you crawl, then you walk, then you run. If you need to take a year or two, and keep in mind too, I still think that this is like in hard mode. We're not in a bull market yet, folks. I know you want to believe that we are, but I don't think we are yet. So wise words from Paul. I like the sound of that. All right.
And now it's a nice time to start practicing. You don't want to get in a bull market. Because you'll make some money in the bull market, and you'll believe you are the best trader in the world because the market is going one way.
Yeah.
Now you can test yourself to see if you are a good trader or not.
All right. Ben, what do you think? Any closing thoughts for these good people?
No, it's always a tough act to follow, Paul.
I'm sorry to do that to you.
No, that's good stuff, man. It bears repeating, and it's always a good reminder. So yeah, anybody that wants to kill it in the bull run, yeah, get practicing and make sure you have that plan of your reasons to act, and that you have a conviction on why you're doing what you're doing. And if you find you're getting a little too racy, your heart's beating, you're a bit too excited, it should be a bit more boring, and pull out a spreadsheet and yeah, get some religion. Come into TRI and learn the program,
Yeah, the process.
the
Right?
process.
And keep in mind, folks, we're not really reinventing the wheel here. So, yeah. All right. I suppose the only thing I would add to all this is everybody say best wishes for Liam tomorrow. I think I don't know whether I told you last week. He he actually ripped the sink out of the wall. He was a little upset the other day. So Liam's having a bit of a challenge. Anyway, so wish us all best wishes for tomorrow, and wish best wishes for everybody to just try and manage yourself. There's a couple things I loved what I heard tonight from Ben about checklists and spreadsheets, and sort of taking the anxiety out of the process by slowing things down and just simply going methodically. Do I have trade location? Do I have indicator confirmation? Do I have price structure? Am I taking appropriate size risk trade? Have I entered my trade correctly? I gave you that Demon Finder tool. That's a nice little freebie that you guys can use coming out of tonight. Slow and steady wins the race. I also heard too from Paul. If you find that you are running into anxiety, the absolute easiest thing for you to do in this whole process is just simply dial the risk back. I mean, the great part about it is you can practice this thing without having to risk a damn penny. It's just really a question of, can you act like a professional? And the people that can actually paper trade without risking a dime but show me that they are following the process correctly, those are the people that I know are going to do well in this business. And of course, that usually asking people to do that, a lot of the A-type, oh, I'm a man, I'm not going to be a pussy like that. Those people don't make it in this business over the long haul. They do well in the bull runs. I don't think we're quite in a bull market just yet. I could see some heartbreak here before this year is done. So if anything, like both gentlemen said here tonight, probably a good idea for you to really, really just sharpen up your tool set so that when we do go into the bull, you're just kicking it. Kind of like that RNDR that we showed you. I mean, a really good trader, I think, could have easily have like 2 or 3 cars running on this thing now. Buy, sell half on a double, buy it back, sell half on a double of the second car, then sell half on another double on both cars, and you'd just be killing it right now on this thing. So it's definitely doable. I'm not going to say it's not doable. It's just you got to learn the process, and you got to be relentless about perfection, which is not easy for most humans. So good luck in that endeavor. And of course, the whole reason why I put together TRI was to try and help you guys. That if you do need some help trying to figure out how to wrap your brain around this whole thing, learning the process, you can do that. So feel free to pop on by. And actually, we're doing a lot of really cool stuff these days at TRI. Of course, we took a long time to get the algorithm that I built years ago on my 1980s website up and running. This was a huge project. But also, too, what this has done is it's given Sjord the ability to actually build and run algorithms off of buy and sell signals in the marketplace. So this was a huge accomplishment, and it'll be sort of my benchmark going forward, analyzing the market. It is an interesting tell that we have so many cryptos that are actually in the either hunting buy signals or issuing weekly buy signals here, whereas we don't really have a heck of a lot of the rest of the market in this part of the market state here. I think that's a really interesting tell. I think this does harken back to the idea that venture capital in itself, we are down at the bottom end of the range, so fives only get generated when we are down at the bottom end of the range here like this. And once we start lifting in earnest and we start doing 50% retracements, all those kind of things, then we probably missed the opportunity. So like both gentlemen have said here tonight, and then also too, like Paul had shown in his newsletter, which actually I have to say it was a blog post, and if you want some fantastic research that's totally for free, I mean, Frank, I was saying on the Daily Brief today, Wall Street should come and read Josh's blog. They would actually do pretty damn well if you just listen to the research. I mean, beautiful research that we put together here at TRI. So we've actually just produced, it looks like Josh has just spat out another blog post, 7 studies that forecast the bottom in 23. And of course, as we mentioned just a moment ago with Paul, Josh actually took this Benner cycle and this image, and he really cleaned it up a lot. Keep in mind, this original study goes all the way back to the 1820s. And what's really cool about this is when you go online and you actually like Google search Benner cycle, now this comes actually up from your Google search, the TRI image that Josh put together. So whether it be things like the January barometer, whether it be the things like the Benner cycle, whether it be things like the decennial report, whether it be things like our 4-year anticipated cycle pivot for Bitcoin, this chart you've seen me talk about a lot. I mean, people, get your shit together, right? It's just that simple. Actually, I got this image originally, Dennison, you're asking, from somebody actually went and bought me this GAN Bible. It's called the 30-second Jewel. Was that you? Was that you who bought me that fucking book? Man, that thing's awesome. Yeah, and I just absolutely in love with that book. That's where I had seen this over the years. Keep in mind, I'm at this game a very, very long time, right? I've seen this study repeatedly over my career, and it just jumped right out at me when I saw that again in the book, and I was like, oh man, I've been looking for this for years. And like I said, the version that Josh did here, he cleaned it up quite a bit, made it a hell of a lot easier to understand and read. So I wanted to give a big shout out to Josh. Josh is just doing some, I tell you, like this study right here, this study, Wall Street firms would pay tens of thousands of dollars for this research, and we're just giving it away for free. What are we, crazy? I mean, this is beautiful work. It's incredible work. So anyway, take advantage of that. Anyway, okay, so sorry to sound so off topic, but one of the big projects that we have to do right now is we're moving to Discord, away from this stupid rocket chat interface that this total idiot got us involved in years ago. So we're finally bidding adieu to that crap. Sjord's working feverishly. We've got the Discord sort of beta rooms getting going. And of course, we're going through that migration process right now. It'll take a little while to get there. Then after that, we need to get the model portfolios up and running so you guys can keep up to breast. I don't know whether that's the right word or not. With all of the purchases, me just barking about, well, if I got a blue dot, then that must mean I'm long. That's not enough information for you guys to work off of. So our next big project is we've got to start cleaning up these crypto portfolios. Because this should be and also too, we're going to be working with the Coinigy people going forward, which I'm super excited about. Get those Bitcoin and altcoin trading talk shows back up and running. Maybe we'll even get to see Will again. I miss him. He is such a nice guy. It was interesting when I mentioned Mr. Da Vinci, though. Got an interesting comment or two about him. So, if anything, what I'd love to see is Paul just simply make the transition to those shows, and also Ben too, if he'd like. And we just bring people like Cotter and like Joshua and like like you, Dennison, on the show as special guests, and week in, week out, we just pick up where we left off from there. So lots on the go, definitely, and I definitely feel like we're turning the corner here now. I suppose I could go on for another half an hour about why inflation looks like it's peaked and all that kind of stuff, but we'll leave that for another day. All right, 8:33. So you got 2.5 hours of good quality content here. If you are watching this after the fact, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell for the notifications. You guys know how all this goes. Yes, we are trying to work towards getting a better picture quality for the videos and all that. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle that. What I really wanted to do was just keep the inertia of these shows going. If the chart levels are a little blurry, like I said, what I would prefer you do is have the chart up and running in front of you, and you pull up the symbol and you look at the screen and sort of say, okay, this is what they're seeing, and what do I see, and does it correspond? So anyway, okay, enough talking. Wish Liam and I good luck tomorrow. Thank you very much, Ben and Paul, for your awesome content and contribution as always. And, since Paul won the contest, made beg your pardon, Ben won the contest, made both Paul and I look like fools. I think Ben should take us on out of here tonight. So with that said, Mr. Ben, the only thing left for us to say to you good people this evening is...
Bye for now.